Hello everybody. Okay, so I'm doing my mum's nails. If you do not know the history of my mum's nails, go back and look at my worst nail client. It will be in the description box below. My mum originally had, like, on some of her fingers, 0 nail. It was picked off, bitten off. She has severe visual problems. She's registered blind, and part of being anxious, she would bite away at it. So we've been doing, I've been doing her nails now regularly, and they've grown out beautifully. This set she had on for 3 weeks. She's been on holiday, so they're a bit battered, so I've filed them down. We're having the same design again, which I didn't film last time, so now you get to see it. It's stunning. Also, while I'm here, you see that thumbnail that's really shiny and beautiful? My thumbnail with all the comic dots from the Glitter Fairy. That is gel extensions on that hand. So if you would like a tutorial on embedding raw glitters and doing raw glitter designs in hard gel, just give me a hell yeah in the comments and I will do that for you. And equally, if you'd like the short salon mermaidy style on my other hand, then give me a hell yeah mermaid. Or both. I'll do both. Just let me know. I have some bits and bobs arriving this week that I want to show you. So what I've done is I've filed down the old design. I've prepped thoroughly. I spend a lot of time on prep with my mum's nails. She has very... I don't even know how to describe it. The cuticles area and the growth channels, they're very kind of uneven, they get very bulky. It's a lot of work to maintain. I think it's because she hits her hands a lot. So I take a lot of time prepping, and I used the CJP acid primer as well. The acrylic I'm using is the Glitterbells system as my core system today. As I said before, I don't know if I'm going to stick with Glitterbells. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, I don't know really. I kind of can't seem to find... I love Glam and Glits. And I really enjoyed working with Trilogy. But that's just my own dilemma. And now I'm just talking the hind legs off a donkey. So once I've laid down a clear layer to file back to, I'm going to go in with Glam and Glits Kayla. This does marble a little bit. Just play with it, it will all even out. It's not serious. I'm being really neat around the cuticle area, working wet, and then I'm just going to paint that down the nail. And I'm going to do every nail the same, but I've kept this in real time and I've not cut out anything, just so you can just see me do a basic kind of salon type set. I'm not back working with nails yet. I'm still off sick, unfortunately, after having 2 hip replacements, but I will be back soon, so that's good. Oh, I can't stop looking at my nails at the moment, especially the hard gel. I'm like, shiny. Anyway, so I'm just patting that into place. You can work really wet with Glam and Glitz, therefore it doesn't get bulky, and it's really easy to just keep the shape that you want and not get kind of so much product everywhere. And then I'm tapping in this stunning glitter, which is Fuchsia Holographic from the Glitter Fairy multi-cut. It was sent as a little tester within an order, and I'm so glad that she sent me that because now I want it. It's stunning. So yes, I'm just going in with that. If the acrylic starts to dry, I just pick up a tiny wet bead of the Glitterbells glass slippers and just dip that into the glitter. Now I'm keeping it not too close to the cuticle because otherwise it just gets super bulky. So although I'm fading it down from the cuticle, I'm not going right up close super duper because it will just get bulky when it comes to capping, and I hate that bulkiness. Blech. As it is, I do have to build my mum's nails a bit thicker than I would normally at this length, but they need the strength to suit her medical needs and her lifestyle. And I'm quite lucky considering the amount of medication she's on. Her nails, she has some lifting, but that's more down to constantly putting them in water and just using them and bashing them a lot, but we don't have huge issues. You know, this 3 weeks is not bad for a set really, is it? So I'm doing the same again. Just going in, patting it down at the cuticle area, keeping my brush clean and damp because we know that Glam and Glitz products work well when wet. And again, it doesn't really matter if you don't have enough to do the nail in one bead. You just go back in, pick up another wet bead. I'm just gonna cut my tongue out. They merge together really well if you need to put another bead in. I never have any trouble with shadowing or anything like that. It just goes together beautifully. Oh, and I'm sorry I haven't had many videos for you guys. I do struggle because I only do my nails and my mum's nails, and that is that. So I used to work as a nail tech, and obviously I've had my surgeries. Ow, just hit my nail. So I've had a lot of time off. And if you follow me on Instagram and my Facebook page, you will know that my beautiful husband is building me like a salon in the garden, and it's stunning. You could live in it, I swear. It's going to be amazing. So you can keep up with all my social media and follow me on my little journey, which is really cool. So I have ordered the Flexi Finger hand after seeing some reviews. I think it's just what I need, so that will be arriving this week. I'm going to give you guys the rundown on what I think about it, but with the ease of replacing the nails in it, I think I'm going to be able to give you guys so many more tutorials and just nail play. I mean, come on, this is just fun, isn't it? If you find that you've put a really wet bead on and the nail just feels so wet, I tend to tap my brush off on the paper toweling and then just gently tap it across the nail to pick up any excess moisture, because I do work quite wet anyway, and luckily these products seem to work really well like that. But if you feel it's too wet, you can do that. And once you've got that wet bead on, you can just pick up raw glitter and place it. I do take time with glitter placement. I like to have it just so. I don't want to just plonk it on the nail. So take time, it really will make a huge difference with your end result. That nail that I'm doing now actually used to have no nail at all. If you go back to the old video, you'll see there was just a stump of the beginning of the nail. It was horrific. It was down to skin. So we're doing really well. She's not had any damage. She's really trying hard to look after them. And normally we do maintenance sort of every 2 weeks, but they've been away for a holiday. So we went 3 weeks this time. This is the nail that does have a naturally quite a funny shape to it as well, which I try and correct when capping. It kind of curves, it kind of hooks and curves round. So yeah, I try and rectify that as best I can. Again, just going in with the glitter there. And the good thing is, if you feel you've got too much glitter, you can just swipe it away. It won't make any difference. You just pat that glitter down so it sticks right in there and doesn't stick up and cause bulkiness near the cuticle area. You see that marbling there? The minute I play with it, it all kind of blends back in anyway. I'm really loving these gel nails I've got on. They're super sparkly. So you just wetting that a bit because it came a little bit dry. It starts to go a little bit chalky when it's dry. Just wet it down again. It bounces back really quick. No problems. Adding a tiny bit more to the end there because there was just a little bit of lacking in the colour. I don't even know if a word I said makes sense right then. It's been a long day. You'll kind of know about this about now if you have too much glitter on. Once you start spreading it out. It's quite easy to kind of assess, but I always imagine it like raindrops, like glitter rain coming down. I love that effect, and I love this glitter. It's stunning. So that's that hand done. Let's go on to capping. Obviously I did the other hand off camera. I'm using my Glitter Fairy size 10 round brush as well. Now, I quite often do my beads way too big for capping, but I'm just greedy, what can I say? I'm getting better at doing big beads. I know, I'm the lady that said I hate big beads. I am getting better with big beads. So, I do like capping all in one. I find it a lot easier if you can get it all in one bead. I often add another one at the cuticle just to do the apex and just make sure all the glitter's covered. But apart from that, if you can get it all in one bead, it's just so beautiful. Just checking those edges, checking the shape, refining that, making it all nice and neat, and there's less filing to be done. I do go back with another bead just because I see a little sparkle out the corner of my eye and I think, right, no, better safe than sorry. I can always file it off if there's a little bit too much. And again, I do need to build these thicker than I would normally, just because, you know, you have to take your client's health and lifestyle into account. Look at that glitter. Ah, it's heaven. Thanks for that, Lucy. That was really lush. I need to plug you in because my battery's going to die. Jolly good. It's all good, isn't it? So I'm just patting that into place, drawing it down the nail, making sure all the glitter turns matte, making sure I don't leave any large lumps and bumps and everything's nice and smooth. Don't be afraid to go back in if you do need to. It's not a problem. And again, keep that brush clean as well. Sorry about the banging and clanging, I'm just plugging my MacBook in. Keep that brush clean, so keep getting it back in the monomer and wiping it on your toweling because you don't want to ruin your brush with tons of product all up in there. I've seen about people having issues with product getting kind of stuck up in the bristles. It's down to the discipline of kind of place your product, clean your brush, then go back, move your product, clean your brush. So keep that brush clean. Oh, there was a little bit blue glitter. I mean, I don't even know where that came from. I haven't even used blue glitter this week or last week. Again, just one final bit, I think. Yeah. And I'm bleeding that bead because I don't want it flooding back into the cuticle area. Obviously that will cause lifting. I'm using very little of that product that I just put on. It's really just to get any bits and bobs. Again, cleaning that brush, going back in, then picking up again. Making sure that everything covers all those little bits. That was a really wet bead. It was just like flopping down the nail. Splat. It's really hard to get in the swing of things when I literally don't do them full time at the moment. So I kind of feel like having this practice hand is going to help me hugely. I'm looking at that thinking, yeah, I've got enough product, I'm fine. Don't need to slap any more on there. So it's worth double checking from other angles as well. Again, cleaning that brush, going in. I do the 1, 2, 3 pickup with the Glitterbells glass slippers. So I dip it in my monomer, I gently go against the side of the dappen dish, and then I go into the polymer, 1, 2, 3 drags, and then I lift it up. And if you feel it, see what it was doing there, just lifting off the nail? I just gently rubbed my brush onto the nail to get it a bit wet with the monomer, just so that that acrylic takes nicely. Again, cleaned my brush off, back in again, cleaning it, back in again. If you're paying good money for a brush, you don't want to ruin it, do you? So, checking everything's the way I want it, cleaning that brush off, and I filed off camera because it was cat-candid. But I literally just refined the shape and then cleaned the nails down with isopropyl alcohol, and here is the top coat where we reveal the juiciness of this holographic fuchsia glitter, which is stunning. My hand got in the way with that big old beauty spot. My hand got in the way, so I switched to the other hand. I did film the top coat on both hands, so I love my mum because she thinks her nails are super duper long. She's like, oh, my nails are so long, and I'm like, dude, they're stumpy. She's like, no, they're really long. Into my LED lamp and onto the other hand. So while one hand's curing, you're top coating your other hand. And isn't it stunning? This looks lovely, such a lovely colour. Just checking, because I got a little bit on the side of the skin there. Don't want that. I need to get some new top coat, I'm running out. So that's these nails done. Obviously I'm just top coating the last two. There's a short video at the end showing you the finished result. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Check out my other videos in the description box below. Let me know if you want the gel tutorial on these dotty nails, or the mermaid nails, or both. There we are. And I'll see you soon. Bye!